It all started with a small-time drug dealer named Miguel. He had a small network of clients and a few trusted lieutenants who helped him run the operation. But he had big dreams of becoming a major player in the drug game, and he knew he needed to make some bold moves to get there. Miguel had been eyeing a prime piece of real estate in the heart of the city, a run-down warehouse that was perfect for a drug manufacturing operation. But the building was owned by a powerful gang that controlled the area, and they weren't interested in selling. Undeterred, Miguel hatched a plan to take the building by force. He gathered a team of his most trusted men and armed them with guns and explosives. They stormed the warehouse under the cover of darkness and quickly overpowered the gang members who were guarding it. Once they had secured the building, Miguel wasted no time setting up his drug lab. He brought in the best chemists and equipment he could find and began producing high-quality cocaine and methamphetamine. His products quickly gained a reputation for their purity and potency, and his network of clients began to grow rapidly. But with success came new challenges. Rival drug lords started to take notice of Miguel's operation and began sending enforcers to try to muscle in on his territory. Miguel knew he had to be smart to stay ahead of the competition, so he used his profits to invest in better weapons and security measures. He also built alliances with other drug lords and politicians, using his charm and charisma to win them over. As Miguel's power and influence grew, so did his enemies. He knew he had to be careful, always watching his back and never letting his guard down. But he also knew that the rewards of his empire were worth the risks. He was living the life he had always dreamed of, with money, power, and respect. And as he looked out over the city from his penthouse suite, he knew that his rise to the top was far from over. Miguel had always been a man with big ambitions, and he knew that to maintain his position at the top, he needed to keep expanding his empire. He began to branch out into new territories, taking over rival drug operations and establishing new smuggling routes. As his wealth and power grew, Miguel became increasingly paranoid, knowing that there were always those who wanted to take him down. He surrounded himself with loyal henchmen and invested in the latest security technology. But still, he couldn't shake the feeling that danger was always lurking around the corner. One day, Miguel received a call from an unknown number. The voice on the other end was distorted, but the message was clear. Someone had put out a hit on him. Miguel knew he had to act fast. He gathered his most trusted advisors and began to formulate a plan. Over the next few days, Miguel and his team gathered intelligence on who was behind the hit. They discovered that it was a rival drug lord who was jealous of Miguel's success and saw him as a threat to his own empire. Miguel knew that he couldn't let this go unpunished. In the dead of night, Miguel and his men stormed the rival drug lord's compound, armed to the teeth. The ensuing battle was fierce and brutal, with both sides taking heavy casualties. But in the end, Miguel emerged victorious, standing tall over his fallen enemy, Doc. As he looked out over the smoldering ruins of the compound, Miguel knew that he had sent a message to anyone who would dare to cross him. He was the king of the city, and he would do whatever it takes to keep his throne. But deep down, Miguel knew that the dangers of his empire were far from over. He knew that there would always be those who wanted to take him down, and that the price of his success was a life of constant vigilance and danger. Still, he couldn't help but smile as he looked out over the city, knowing that he had built something great from nothing, and that he was living the life he had always dreamed of.